There's no way we ever could. Now we see everything is going wrong with the world and those who lead it. We just feel like we don't have the means to rise above and beat it. So we keep waiting, waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting.
In the past, researchers have likened a child's mind to a black box. They saw the mind as just a storer of information. Researchers now realise that children's minds and the way they learn are much more complex than this. Our role as effective educators is to open up that black box and work with what is inside. We are to stretch and mould and provide a learning environment in which children are encouraged to question, think for themselves, and create a student-centred learning environment which integrates areas of the curriculum and ties standards and syllabus outcomes to higher order thinking and real-world challenges, with the important side effect of being fun. So how do I achieve this? I have 5 unique students to consider with different strengths, weaknesses and learning styles. I've always dreamt of being a teacher who inspires her students, who encourages them to question the world around them and wonder why and how things happen, instills in them a love of learning and encourages them to be the best that they can be. What better way to do this than to be passionate about what you are teaching and to excite your students with your eagerness? So what am I passionate about? I have many interests, but I love all things sciencey. Science is all around us, and somewhere along our educational journey we can be scared off by science or think it is boring. Science can tend to be overshadowed by other KLAs, and sometimes in integrated units can be excluded completely. By talking with Year 5 students, teachers, and researching unit plans, it seems the science component can be quite clinical or even perceived as daunting by the students. How can I change that way of thinking, help kids to realise that science is everywhere, we encounter it every day, and to just have fun with it? Be eager to explore and discover the world around them, so my unit, A World of Discoveries. This is a great unit to have some hands-on sciencey fun in an arts and tech kind of way. The unit is designed around project-based learning. Student-centred PBL is specifically effective in allowing for varied instructional strategies which engage all students regardless of their learning styles or levels. That is, it meets them where they are at. Bloom's provides the framework for further development of the unit, and lessons and activities to target learning outcomes support the development of a richer learning environment and promote higher order thinking. The main KLAs of focus are technology and the arts, and alone they provide a basis for acquired knowledge. Integrated with other KLAs, the learning becomes more meaningful. A stronger foundation is laid which allows for greater development. A thematic approach aids with assessment, maximises learning time, and deepens subject knowledge and application. It makes for a more flexible programming approach which is of great benefit to teachers. Learning and assessment will target essential learnings, and students will recognise that while ICT is embedded, this technology is just a tool by which technology education can be better taught. Students will be involved in a series of interactive workshops and activities, and through a range of ways they will discover things like why bubbles form, how electricity works, how speakers make sound, why objects float and sink, and the list goes on. Students will become human dishwashers. They will be visited by a secondary science teacher come inventor. They will research and consider alternative energies and global thought on renewable resources. They will visit the Science Centre in Brisbane, and the unit will conclude with the major assessment piece of the Design Challenge. Students will use the Design, Develop and Evaluate model to harness the potential energy in a mousetrap and elastic bands to power and construct their own car. Students will name their car and take on the role of marketer as they showcase via video advert their new hybrid vehicle, utilising the latest energy efficient and renewable source of power, the mousetrap. It will hopefully encourage students to research and consider the impact they have on a resource declining world. Students will design a billboard for their advertising campaign using different shades of the one colour, and also present their initial concept drawing. A more detailed assessment criteria will be presented in Assignment 2, but basically students will be assessed on their overall design, material choices, improvements in design, and their ability to market their design, focusing on an ad campaign and their car's unique features. So how does all of this information fit together? My unit has its foundations on project-based learning. Blooms provides the framework for learning and assessment outcomes. ICT is embedded throughout the unit and is a useful tool. KLAs are integrated, but focusing on the arts and technology. Design, develop, evaluate, create, perform, reflect. With a student-centered learning environment, kids will question, think and discover their world in an interesting way, and it encourages them to consider the impact they may have on the world. As educators, we do our best to encourage thinking and create for our students a meaningful way to view the world, so in time we can see where the world takes them, or more importantly, where they can take the world. I hope I can inspire and encourage my students to not keep waiting on the world to change, but to change the world. One day our generation is going to rule the population, so let's work on them so they can change the world in their own special way.
One day our generation